Racial tensions in the Tunisian coastal city of Sfax flared into violence, targeting migrants from sub-Saharan Africa, dozens of whom were forcibly evicted from the city, witnesses said on Wednesday. Amid the disturbances late Tuesday, police detained some and deported them as far away as the Libyan border, more than 300 kilometers, that is over 200 miles, according to a local rights group.
Well, the latest arrest started after the funeral of a 41-year-old Tunisian man who was stabbed to death on Monday in an altercation with migrants, which led to the arrest of three suspects from the Cameroons. Youth in Tunisia called for vengeance on Tuesday at the funeral of the man stabbed to death during a scuffle between residents and migrants from sub-Saharan Africa. Three African migrants from the Cameroons, according to initial information, were arrested as suspects in the stabbing to death of the local man in Tunisia coastal city of Sfax, a court spokesman said.
Now, the people suspected in the slaying of a 41-year-old Tunisian were under investigations for premeditated murder, according to Fauzi Masmoudi, a spokesman for the prosecutor's office in the seaside city of Sfax. 22 migrants from sub-Saharan countries in Africa also were detained for questioning in connection with crimes in the area. The North African country's second largest city is a departure point for many migrants hoping to reach Italy, and tensions have been rising in Sfax for months. Police had fired tear gas on Sunday to disperse residents and migrants throwing stones at each other.
Well, Fauzi Masmoudi, spokesman for the ex-Fax prosecutor, said the victim, aged in his early 40s, was fatally stabbed late Monday during a scuffle between ex-Fax residents and migrants. Locals in ex-Fax regularly protest against the presence of the migrants and called them to leave. News of the man's death spread quickly after Tariq Mahdi, a member of parliament for ex-Fax, posted a video on social media showing a body lying in the streets and a trail of blood.
Now, reactions to the post, some with racist overtones, included calls for African migrants to be expelled from Sfax. Um, we are going to avenge his death, said a group of young people. They chanted this at the victim's funeral on Tuesday, according to video footage published by a group which campaigns against illegal immigration in Sfax.
Tensions over the last few weeks in Fax was greatly increased. A few days ago, it was a stone thrown at each party. Today, it's a Tunisian citizen killed. With the threat of avenging his death, it is now obvious that Tunisia's border is no longer a safe place for sub-Saharan African refugees, while videos posted on social media showed crowds of local men in express attempting to knock down doors and set fire to a building in what appeared to be an attempt to chase black migrants out. Other videos showed black people being rounded up at night and taken to police vehicles.
Well, Tunisian security forces put some migrants in shelter to avoid vengeance attacks, while some 200 others headed to the Sfax train station to escape to Tunis, the capital, according to Radio Mosaic. The fate of hundreds more was grimmer. Migrants reported being taken to an isolated beach near Libya's border with armed men from both countries on each side.
While a 29-year-old man from Ivory Coast said he was among 600 sub-Saharan migrants caught in what he described as a no-man's land between the Mediterranean Sea and the Tunisian-Libyan land border near Ben Couden. The man who spoke to the press in a video call and shared his GPS location via WhatsApp said he was taken there Saturday evening, 2 days before the death of the Tunisian man, as he waited in a safe house to board a small boat to Italy.
More migrants were taken from their homes in Sfax in the middle of the night. In the following days, he claimed the name of the man who said he entered Tunisia legally in 2019 and worked on a golf course is being withheld for safety reasons. Uniformed and armed men subsequently transferred the people in his group to several police stations and National Guard bases before dropping them on the beach on Sunday, he said. The man spoke to the pressmen Wednesday and Thursday, surrounded by other black migrants, including women and little children.
He accused the Tunisian National Guard of beating them like animals, like slaves, and assaulting women in the group. Go to Libya, they will kill you, the man claimed. Security officials told the migrants you will never see Tunisia again. He also claimed that Libyan security at the border fired shots into the air to keep the civilians at bay. A drone flew over from Thursday morning. He added.
Now, Tunisian President Kais Saied railed at those who use his country as a stepping stone to Europe. The increasingly authoritarian president set off a crisis in February with a demand for urgent measures to crack down on black Africans, claiming they were part of a plot to erase Tunisia's identity. Some countries airlifted their citizens back home, other migrants tried to escape by sea to Europe. Sadly, these are the hurdles and life threatening challenges migrants have to face on a regular basis. Meanwhile, still on migrants, Spanish police announced on Tuesday the dismantling of an organization that smuggled more than 200 Syrian or Algerian migrants into Spain from Algeria. The transnational criminal network, which brought Syrian and Algerian migrants into the EU, has been dismantled, led from Libya and Spain. It had cells in Sudan, Liberia, and Algeria. Police said this in a statement.
15 people were arrested in southern Spain as part of this operation carried out in collaboration with Europol and the German and Norwegian authorities. 13 were remanded in custody. The investigation demanded that this organization, which also engaged in drug and arms trafficking, had brought more than 200 migrants to Spain from Algeria in very fast boats piloted by armed individuals. Well, she asks between 7,000 and 20,000 euros per person for crossing the Mediterranean Sea, the police said. The police. This organization took care of Syrians wishing to reach Europe in their country and provided them with papers and visas to take them to Libya via the Sudan or Lebanon, and then to Algeria.
While Spain is one of the main entry points for illegal immigration in Europe, the number of illegal migrants arriving on the coast of mainland Spain and the Balearic Archipelago increased by 29.22% in the first half compared to the same period last year.